Alright guys, I'm back with another DVD update. I know it's been a while, but it's been taking longer because I've been watching the movies before I do my updates. So I'll have more to say about them, or how I feel about them anyways, as opposed to just showing you what I got. Alright, so first we have Mystic Zimbali, and this is a Mondo Macabra release. I've been trying to get more of these because my buddy Mike's been picking these up, and I do have Ayukarda, which is the only release I had up from them until now. But I'm happy to get this one. I remember seeing a clip from this like years ago. And this movie is about a young woman that wants to learn about black magic, and she makes a deal with a witch to become her apprentice to learn about black magic. I don't even know why she even wants to learn about it. It wasn't like she was writing a book or something. She was just trying to, I don't know, it's just really weird. They don't really explain it that well. But anyways, she gets double-crossed in the deal, and she becomes possessed by the witch because the witch needs the blood of infants to stay young. And another thing too about the witch, she kind of laughs like the Wicked Witch in the original Wizard of Oz, which I thought was kind of odd. And she spent just like at least a good 20 minutes in this movie where she's laughing with that cackle, which I thought was kind of silly. But anyways, when the girl becomes possessed, her head leaves her body, and it takes her guts with it. You can see how it's hanging from her neck, and then she flies around looking for infants. And the most amusing scene in this movie is when there's like a pregnant woman laying in her bed, and then the head floats through the window and comes into the room, and then it gets to the infant like through the woman's crotch, and the point of view shot, it looks like she's going down on the woman. It really makes no sense. And then the girl's reaction, the victim, really doesn't match what she should be doing either, which I don't know if they're trying to sneak something in there or not. It was just really odd. But and the rest of the special effects in this movie are a little bit hokey too, but I guess back then they probably looked really good. It is a foreign film as well. There's the back. The thing about these discs, though, there's not really much on the inside to look at, but I do like the red cases, though. I think that's awesome. Alright, next we have The Mansion of Madness. And this was actually from the director of Ayukarda. I think this is a Spanish film, but it's dubbed into English. And I guess it says here that it was based on a story by Edgar Allan Poe, which kind of matches when you're watching a movie because the narrator is talking as if, like it's like a story, like written form or whatever. But this is one of those movies where the inmates have taken over the asylum, and there's this journalist that's coming to interview the head of this institution, and he quickly learns that the guy that he's talking to isn't who he says he is, and he's in a shitload of trouble because he's surrounded by crazy people, and they've taken over everything. This movie I wish was a little bit more weird than it actually was, because it wasn't as weird as I was hoping it was going to be. Like, there are some things that are weird in it, like for one thing, the action sequences are really awkwardly shot. Like the guy didn't know what he was really doing, and then during a couple of the fight sequences, the soundtrack plays like a happy song. It was really, I thought was kind of weird. It was almost like they were trying to go like a comedy route with the movie or something. But I don't know. I'm still happy to have it in my collection, though. It's not one of my favorites from these pickups, but I'm still happy to have it. Right. Next, we have Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS. I didn't watch this one because I've seen it before. I'm not really a fan of this movie, but I just picked it up because it was an Anchor Bay release, and it's out of print. I would have much rather had gotten Ilsa the Wicked Warden, which was directed by Jess Franco. I do have that one on VHS, but I would have preferred to, upgrade the DVD. I might give this one a rewatch at some point just to see if my opinions on it changed, but I didn't really like it that much. I remember being disappointed in that one. This movie, only because I've seen pictures and posters of it for the longest time, and it was always like this taboo film, and then you see it and it's just like, oh, whatever. Alright, let's go on to the last pickup. This is another Anchor Bay release, and this is Cut and Run, and this is from the director of Cannibal Holocaust. This film stars Richard Lynch, what's his name there, Michael Berryman, Eric LaSalle VR, and what's the other guy's name there, Willie Ames, who was in Eight Is Enough. A lot of young guys probably haven't seen the show, but older people remember Eight Is Enough. It was a popular sitcom back in the late 70s, early 80s. And Karen Black is in this too. She's got like 3 or 4 scenes in it. This is such a weird movie. I guess this movie was based on an unfinished script by Wes Craven. The movie kind of has like an Indiana Jones feel to it, but the plot is like all over the place, and some of it doesn't even make any sense. Like, the movie starts out with this reporter, and she's doing a story on drug smuggling, and then somehow that leads to finding a picture of some person that's missing that was involved with the Jonestown massacre. Actually, 2 people. There's like a guy that was ex-military that served under Jim Jones, and then I think a boy that was a follower or something like that. Like, if you don't remember Jim Jones, he was this cult leader back in the late 80s, or no, back in the late 70s, that he moved his congregation to Ganya, and then ended up slaughtering everybody. He made them drink cyanide-laced Kool-Aid, and that's where the term Killer Kool-Aid came from. And those who didn't drink, he had them killed. But anyways, Richard Lynch plays that guy. Not Jim Jones, but the guy that was a military guy. And this reporter wants to interview him for some reason, which I don't even know why. Like, but they end up finding a pilot that'll take him out to where they think he is, and the situation goes nuts from there. And it gets even crazier because Lynch's character is living with these natives, and they're slaughtering all the people that deal in drug smuggling for some reason. And at first I thought he was actually dealing in the drugs, but I think they were actually destroying the drugs, which I guess would be a good thing, but I don't know. This movie's got some good gore in it. It's got a lot of nudity as well. I'd recommend this one. I think it's still in print. I think you can probably get it with a double feature pack with Dead End Drive-In, which I need to get to. We're watching that one on VHS. Alright guys, that's my update. Hopefully I can get one out again soon. Get more movies to watch, and I'm going to be watching more of your guys' videos as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.